Welcome back everybody, and not so sick anymore, so I thought, hey, let us make a couple videos. And this is just one I noticed while I was grinding the Char's counterattack grind. For people that haven't already started it, or have already been doing it, this grind is incredibly long and it is incredibly hard, not because of the difficulty, but because of how much materials it costs and all that. Hell, it takes like 22, and then another like 22 for another SSR, and then an SSR takes like 25, and then look how much you need to level up to level 65. It's a long grind. The only one I've been able to maximize at the moment is the Nightingale full limit break. I at least have one copy of each of these, but there is a way to help you out a little bit. It still doesn't make the grind that easier. It's mostly RNG, but yeah, this grind is incredibly hard, and the thing that will help is this thing. This is the Ginyu Quest Jagged Doga, and if you don't know, pretty much every single suit from this line needs it for the development process. Look at that, even the Hainu and all that, and then Salisbury, Nightingale, and I don't think the Alpha Zero needs it. No, it's the only one that doesn't need it. But this thing, of course, is incredibly important for pretty much 4 out of 5 of them. And you can actually get it for free. You can get this one through the second hard stage in the Char's counterattack story mission. But there's obviously a problem, and that is the drop rates. The drop rates are god awful. It basically goes the same for this guy as well. You can get both of these for free, but obviously their drop rates are pretty bad. So when you do start the grind, I recommend that because if you do it like this, if you could get the Gyaradoga right here, and then you have to develop it to this, and then it's gonna cost 22 mats, and these mats are already incredibly hard to get. You get free per hard stage, and every day you get around 27 if you skip all 3 of the missions. 27 will only amount to 1 develop per day. Of course, there's no time limit to this, but if you want to grind more effectively and more faster, this is a way to go. So, like I said, you can get this guy for free in the second hard stage of Char's counterattack. Same with the mass production new Gundam. I found this guy to be incredibly hard to get. I ran like 20 runs in a row, and I have not gotten even 1 drop. So I'm not sure if you could just go in a run, get nothing, and then press retry, and it'll still be like the same run, or you have to abandon the mission, go back to the screen, and then go back to the mission. If anybody knows that, post it in the comments, let me know, because I'm still not sure, because this this little bastard has failed to drop so many runs. I don't even know if he'd exist. I know he'd exist. You can get him in the drops when you defeat them, but I don't know, maybe it's just my luck, but these guys will never ever drop. I've gotten the Ginyue's Jagged Doga more than I've gotten this guy. So yeah, if you do start the grind, I know most people will want obviously the Nightingale and Hainu, but I do recommend that you grind the hard 2. When you have full AP, I recommend doing this just because this guy is so needed in 4 out of 5 of the development projects, and it's just going to save you a lot more mat. You're basically getting mats while you're grinding for this guy. I don't recommend doing the retry thing because it's basically at the end, unless you can kill the boss fast enough and then get the secret boss, kill him, defeat him and then check if you got the drop. but I don't think it's really worth it. You might as well just finish out the mission. But in a way to save AP and all that, you could do it with this. I recommend, like, if you're waiting for your AP to recharge and you have a couple, like right here, a little bit more, you could enter the mission and then see if you kill all the mass production new Gundams, see if you capture it, and if you don't, like I said, either abandon the mission or retry. I don't know if retry is the same run or not, but you want to grind these guys because they are so important to the development. Mass production new Gundam isn't. I think it's only for the new Gundam and High New. Yeah, I do believe they're only for the new Gundam and High New, while the Jagadoga is for all 4 of these guys. It's incredibly important, and like I said, yeah, you can just go from this to this to this, but look how much mats you're already wasting by doing that. This is 22, 22, 22. That's, 66, and then another 25 for the SSR you want. I know not a lot of people, want to look at their farming, but it's just going to help you a lot more and all that. Especially for this one, you can auto. It's fine because, like I said, it's more harder. Well, it's not hard, but you know what I mean, but I lost my train of thought. But yeah, this guy you can auto. You might as well finish the mission because he is a secret boss battle, and that's going to take longer, so you might as well just finish out the mission and get the mats as well and pray that you get a drop. For this guy, I recommend, when you're like waiting for AP, defeat all the mass production new Gundams on the map. Didn't get one, abandon the mission or retry. I don't know about retry, but yeah, and then keep doing it over and over to see if you get a drop. I know it's very tedious. I rather just go to the full development, point A to point B, but there's just not enough mats. Mats are incredibly hard to get in this because mostly all the units take so much mats. It's the same for Seed Destiny as well, but I feel like this one is a little bit harder because Seed Destiny only has 3 SSRs while this one has 5. So yeah, I think that is the best way to optimize your grinding, your AP. Like I said, there is no time limit for this, of course, so if you really just want to take your time, that's perfectly fine. You're in no rush. This is permanent content. But yeah, it's pretty rough. The grind is not meant to be done immediately. I do have the beta at 0 already, so maybe a video on that soon. It's basically a budget new Gundam UR if you don't have that, so we'll make a video on it with the max limit broken char as well. But let's just see how much I've been able to get done by doing this strat. There we go. The beta, that cost is 50. Development materials, you only get 3 per mission. So if you're grinding for the High New and Nightingale, you might as well do that for the mats too. But if you don't need a Jagadoga at the moment, the Ginsei's Jagadoga, do the hard mission level free. Hard mission free. But if you do want to develop something like the Nightingale, Salisbury, High New Gundam, grind those Ginwei Jagadogas. It'll save you mats and whatnot, and it's just better overall. Like I said, I know not a lot of people like to watch the auto, but that's only for the first hard mode mission. For the second hard mode mission, you can auto. If you are doing this strat, listening to my advice, I do recommend going for the Nightingale first. The Nightingale has a really nifty map attack, and it hits pretty decently hard too. If you wanted to SP it, I wouldn't blame you either. It kind of reminds you of the full armor double Zeta. So yeah, I think that's basically about it. Just to recap real quick, if you are doing the chars, counterattack grind those Ginrei Jagadogas because they're pretty much used for 4 out of 5 of the SSRs. and it's better to just save mats, because let's say you wanted to fully dupe all these guys, but you know you don't want to do this grind. You know how much that's going to take. 25, 25, 25, 25, and then another 22, 22, 22, 22 if you don't do the grind. It's gonna take a while, that's for sure. But yeah, I think this is the quickest way to do it. If you have any other opinion, post it in the comments. But I think that is pretty much about it, guys. Take care.